sorry to have to ask you and retake this interview, but just to say that you're one of the last surviving protesters. Recently, the other protesters were evicted in the middle of the night by police from here.
Well, not really, because what happened was it was a PR exercise done for the press.
Right.
Because if you look at the Public Order Act, you know, they could only use the Public Order Act against people, but they couldn't because we're peaceful. So they write up other laws. The one they pretended they were using was the Police Reform and Social Responsibility Act. But they never actually took us to court. So we don't need to judicially review the law or anything like that. We've got a civil claim against the government already because they stole our tents 16th of January, didn't take us to court. If you don't take us to court, I ain't committed a crime, have I? You always have the right.
So did they charge you? Did the police charge you with anything?
No, not a single shred of paperwork. Took the tents.
They just grabbed your things, your belongings?
Yeah, not a single shred of paperwork. Not taking us
Did they
to
give
court.
you a little paper, the police give you a little...
No.
Take down your name and serve a notice on you?
No, we had roughly about 70 police here, 70, 80 police, it's about 12 vans.
And how many people with so many police?
There was only 4 of us.
Only 4 of you and so many police?
Yeah, and because they did a PR exercise because the leader of Westminster City Council had just resigned. But no, they wanted to do a PR exercise, so we used this law. Well, sorry, if you had a law used against you, you get the opportunity to go to court to put a defence in, don't you?
Yeah.
Nah. Not arrested, not charged, not taken us to court. So we have a civil action against the police and everyone already for that night. And so we just stand our ground. Been here 50 nights now without any shelter, you know, in the middle of winter.
So you're just sitting here with no blanket. You're not even allowed a blanket. Are you allowed a sleeping bag?
I have a crime. It's a sleeping
Don't. Okay.
You're not allowed a sleeping
So
bag.
you've put on plenty of blankets.
No, I've got one blanket.
Sorry, I mean you put on plenty of layers, extra warm trousers. But if they catch you keeping warm,
it's a crime.
It will be a crime.
It is a crime.
It is a crime.
Yeah.
It's a crime to keep warm, and your basic human right to life, a warm life, has been banned.
Well, no, to shelter.
To shelter.
And the state seem to have forgotten that they have a duty of care, you know, towards people if they want to take on their public roles. However, this is a state that are slaughtering innocent civilians in war, so we're getting in the way of that because we're not protesters in that sense. We are political dissidents. We're being persecuted for saying this country should uphold the law. And business doesn't want that to happen because it'd save lives then, wouldn't you?
And you mentioned that you have been arrested
44 times.
44 times.
Yeah.
Is that mainly in relation to this protest? Or
only in relation to this.
Only in relation to this protest.
When I came here, I had one speeding ticket and one parking fine my whole life. And now I've been arrested since December 2005, 44 times. I've been to prison twice, the last time for 5 weeks. They only managed to get me to prison because they held me in a cell in the courts and denied me access to even a duty solicitor. Now we have a case to Europe about the courts denying us access to a lawyer.
Well, it sounds pretty horrific. Now, I mean, what was the worst charge for them to have arrested you on? I mean, did you ever commit any sort of criminal damage around here?
I have, but that was in a recent case. I cut the mayor's fences because they're illegal. And guess what? Look, there's no fences now, is there?
Oh, right, okay.
It
was only relating to your own protest area around here. You defending your right to protest and you defending your thing.
Space.
All these arrests was purely to do with you just trying to sit in peace here, have a peaceful protest.
Yeah, I was arrested on Mother's Day in 2006 for having a banner that said peace, love and justice for all.
For having, sorry?
A banner that said peace, love and justice for all.
For having a banner?
Yeah.
A banner?
Yeah.
Okay. So they arrested you for doing that?
We are being persecuted by the government. We are political dissidents. We are saying, you know, the state needs to uphold the law so we can save lives. Like I had a guy down here this afternoon talking about opinions about war. I said, how about we talk about law? How about we talk about law? Let's forget what the media's opinion is, different columnists. Let's forget what the government's opinion of it is. Let's talk about law. Collective punishment is a war crime. 90% of the casualties are innocent civilians. Since when could you wage wars of aggression? You know? You want to go into Afghanistan? Who are you looking for? The whole entire civilian population? You know? But because we're serious here, we're talking about the most serious issue there is about protecting life. You know, and the truth is, if you don't care about protecting life, well, what do you care about, really? And if you can't protect life, well, you're going to have anything else that people whinge and moan about? You think you're going to have an economic system that you want unless you can stand up to the state? You know, only way you're going to change things is by standing up to the state and getting a little bit uncomfortable. You know, but if you don't protect life, you have nothing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, I wish you best. So is there any pending action against you? Are you still being harassed for being here at the moment? Was there something you mentioned about being in court on Friday?
Well, in court I have to go back on Friday.
Are they trying to stop you? Could the outcome of that hearing result in you not being here anymore?
Well, in January 2011, Westminster City Council started proceedings against us for obstructing the highway.
Right.
Please. And so apparently I have to go to court on Friday because they think they're going to move another campaign based on a judicial review that they've done, which has got nothing to do with us at all, basically. I don't know why they're wasting our time, frankly. I mean, all they do is come here and steal our stuff. We're not going anywhere. I'm sitting... If I'm willing to do this, you really think I'm going somewhere? You know? You look at it, because you look at the banners. That's why we're here. That's, you know, little angels. Look at it. Beautiful little children. You know, stop killing our kids. Which bit don't they get? You know, and real life, torture. That's going on. That's what this government call normal. Torture. This is what they did to Baha Musa. Soldiers come past and they look at that. You know? That's what they really did to people. So we're showing what they're really doing. You know, and the whole world comes past you and sees their shame. You can't argue with it. Torture's really happening. There's people in prisons being held now without trial. That's the world we live in. That's the democracy we're delivering elsewhere. You know, we're standing up here saying, you know, we'll talk about law when everyone talk about what? The reality of what's really going on. This is illegal. I had a soldier come along and he said, oh, I've been told that it's, you know, bad and that what happened to Baha Musa. And I said, well, but he said, it's the Americans doing it. I said, excuse me, you know, like I said, when you have a robbery, does the getaway driver get away because, you know, he's an accessory, isn't he? I said, you are there with the Americans, you know what they're doing, it's illegal. The torture is illegal. You know, the British are just as guilty as the Americans, really. So
These are all your posters here.
Well, it's only tiny because they stole most of our stuff.
So they stole your posters as well, they destroyed.
When I was in prison in September, they stole the whole campaign, lock, stock and barrel. We started to replace it. They came on the 16th of January and stole stuff over again. So we have to keep replacing stuff. They're always stealing it.
And how can people support your campaign? Do you have a YouTube name or anything, or website? So it's www. Oh, so you're keeping up Brian Hawes.
6 years of it with
6
him.
years visual. Okay, so you were doing it with him.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he's now passed away.
Yeah, he died of complications from no, he didn't die of cancer.
Yeah.
He died of complications from an operation that they refused him in this country.
Right. Okay, so he was refused medical treatment.
In this country, so he went to Germany.
Yeah.
And ultimately had an operation there. It was too late.
Right.
And he died of complications.
I remember meeting him. I was sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
It sounds suspicious to me.
Well,
okay,
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very, very much for your time.
So what are you going to do next, though?
I'm going to...
No, I mean not...
Oh, me, myself.
Okay, not that. Yeah.